Ciao, my name is Alessio Castelli, and sit back, relax, grab some popcorn, because this is a big one. This is technically a part 2 to my short I posted about me and Natalia not being an actual couple. But then I found a few things, because I was being very professional and looking up some of Jared's tweets, some of the things others posted about them online, and I came across a few things I really want to point out, which it can't be in one short, so we're going full-length video this time, baby. Okay, starting off, Jared recently uploaded a post with a video which is like a sneak peek of episode 1 of season 5, I suppose. Now, my recording app couldn't pick up audio here for, I guess, personal, private reasons, but the text above it says, DC fandom every time there are new characters. And the video is a clip of Evie saying, and I quote, maybe he's gay. And that's all we get to see. Now, this doesn't seem like a big deal, so why am I bringing it up? I'm bringing it up for two reasons. One, you cannot make half the cast gay, not even half the cast, like 80% of the cast gay or part of the LGBTQ community in some way, and not expect us to think the next character is going to be gay. Because, I mean, is there even a straight person in Fans vs. Favorites? Besides from the obvious? I know this is meant as like a little joke, and it's quite funny, yeah, you caught us and everything, but like, this was your doing, Jared. You, in a lack of a better term, and just for the funnies, I'm gonna say it, you love making gay characters. So don't blame us for thinking every character you make is part of the LGBTQ community, okay? I know this was a joke, and I know it was meant as a joke, like I said, so, like, I won't go too much into this. I just wanted to point out, ironic, huh? The other reason is kinda stupid, but, like, with the amount of spoilers the fans got for season 4, it really made it hard to enjoy the show, the anticipation of, like, oh, what's this character going to do? What's this character like? What's the elimination like? Oh my gosh, what's going to happen? With the amount of spoilers they got and I got, like, it took away the magic of watching the show for ourselves. And I know it's your show, you're allowed to do sneak peeks, but, like, maybe people don't really want to see it. I don't have Twitter myself, and yes, I'm calling it Twitter. I don't have Twitter myself, so I don't know if there's, like, an option for, like, spoiler alert where you put a blur of a video or something. I don't know, but I know this was like a sneak peek. You're the show creator and all, but I know a lot of people this season are going to go out of their way to avoid spoilers, even the tiniest of spoilers, because it's not nice getting spoiled for a show we all enjoy, and as much as the controversy around you is happening, Jared, none of us can deny we love the show you make. It is incredible. It has its ups and downs, but so I just wanted to point that out, like, if you're going to, like, do sneak peeks, maybe put in a bit of extra precautions, so people who don't really want to see any of the episode before it airs, is warned. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about, I mentioned very quickly in my latest short. Every time I say latest short, it's just so awkward, because what if someone watches this, like, 2 months later and I have, like, 200 more shorts? Like, anyway, so, yeah. The Speedo incident. I think many of you know what I'm talking about. Here is the original post by Jared. Next season, several characters will be wearing Speedos, so the ones who are too scared about it can finally stop watching. We are starting to sound like that Moms Against This Venture Camp account. It's getting ridiculous, lol. You wanna talk about ridiculous, Jared? Addressing there is a problem, and by fixing that problem, you bring it to light more and add more on to that problem, if that makes sense. That is ridiculous, Jared. Now, clearly, this wasn't just, a handful of people, a group full of people. This wasn't just, like, a small amount of people saying, oh, by the way, Jared, we're a bit uncomfortable with how you did the Speedos for characters, mainly Diego. Do you think you can change that? It wasn't just, like, a handful. Clearly, it was many people asking him to not do that again, because why else would he have to address it? Oh, sorry, I forget. I'm Italian. Address it. Now with the images I put on screen while I was doing my whole like little like impression thing. Um yeah, I think this is getting a bit out of hand. Like Diego, I think he was the first victim out of this. I'm so sorry, my poor little gay baby. I love you. That sounds so weird to say through Alessio. Anyway, yes, most of all of the images I got were from the greetings, and yes, I know the customers can purchase special outfits, and they can purchase the speedos if they want, but I mean, I feel like that really shouldn't be an option. I feel like you really shouldn't have started this, because I know I was definitely taken back when I first saw Diego in his speedo. I was definitely taken back, like, wow, Onk has the audacity to do this, because I feel like Jared knows a lot of his viewers are minors, because I have a lot of friends in the YouTube community, in the DC community, that aren't even teenagers yet. So, like, I mean, yes, they shouldn't really be watching it, but they do, so it's Jared's responsibility to put precautions in the place, because I mean, what is he gonna do? Go to the kid's house and tell them to not watch a show? That would just immediately put him in jail. And also there's this reply from this person which I 100% agree with, and it builds on what I was saying. The speedos were never the issue. The issue was the over-sexualization of your characters when minors can see them. Maybe instead of joking around, maybe you should step away from Twitter. Celebrate, I am out of a loop. With your family or friends and think about how to correctly address this. Thank you, yes. Oh yeah, because I just realized this. He posted that on the 25th of December. He posted that on Christmas Day. What the hell, Jared? But yes, I get it. You're drawing humans. Sometimes men wear speedos, and that's fine. You know, it's their own fashion. It's their own comfortability. That's fine. But do you really, Jared, have to make them look like that? Like, maybe just a little bump, like what you do normally when they wear trousers, like a little bump, not that. Because honestly, whenever I have to rewatch episodes, especially the Gladiator Duel one, or I have to watch a greeting when I want to watch a greeting, and I just see that, it just makes me want to click off a video. It's so uncomfortable. Okay, so let me bring this to light, because I don't see anyone talking about this, and you're probably thinking, Alessio, why are you bringing this up? This is him just addressing the fact that YouTube can be shit sometimes, which we all know. But with the VA controversy, which I might go a bit more on in this video, it takes this and turns it flips it around. So let me just read out the post and then I'll explain why I have an issue with it. So, YouTube has disabled the option to add multi-track languages and replaced it with an AI dubbing feature. We're currently trying to turn that option off, but unfortunately this means the human dubbed audio option is no longer available on our main channel. Because of this, we'll be activating our Spanish channel and uploading the Spanish versions there instead of on our main channel. We don't realistically expect this to be fixed. If YouTube isn't listening to large creators, they're unlikely listening to us. But it's still very disappointing. That said, if you want to watch Season 5 in Spanish, stay tuned to our Spanish channel and then he links the Spanish channel. You know, day-to-day business. Why do I have an issue with this? Now, call me a hater, call me stupid, call me just fishing the stuff, latching onto hooks, whatever the saying is. Call me all of that. But I just... It bothers me, okay? It really bothers me. He is bringing to light the Spanish voice actors, as you should, you know? Like, they're a part of a community too, they're a part of a project, you know? They're the reason they have, like, a good chunk of their audience, you know? It's good, it's great. But why not pay the English voice actors? Because I get it, you're addressing the fact that you can no longer link the Spanish dub, so you have to put it in a separate channel. problem sort of solved, correct? Or as solved as it will be until YouTube gets that shit together, right? Right. But I don't see any post, Jared, saying, hey, we don't really have enough money to pay our English voice actors. Actually, you know what? I got a lovely comment from Void explaining this. Let me put that on screen now. It's not like they don't know how to do fundraising. Exactly! Get some fundraisings to pay the English voice actors, because the fandom sees this as a problem. The fandom is complaining about this. So any help for the English voice actors, it will happen, you know? Like, people will, like, take out of their pocket to pay the English voice actors because the fandom does have a problem with this, Jared. Now, getting the screenshot for this comment, I did see they replied saying it's probably not Onk specifically not paying the English, but it is the company who hires the Spanish VAs or something along that lines. But either way, I feel like voice actors should be paid, especially for a project as big as this, because, like, you say you're a small creator of Nation Cartoons, but I do sort of agree with that, but you also have a wide range of audiences. You have standards to live up to. You know, people are waiting every, like, what day do you release? Saturday? Do they... Whatever day you release the episodes, I'm not gonna keep it track. They are waiting every, like, afternoon, morning, whatever time it is for their zone to watch the episodes, the videos you release. People have channels, so many channels about, like, your show. I mean, this one is literally Alessio is mad. Like, hello. Anyway, I'm losing track of what I'm saying. You ask for a lot of Patreon subscribers, and obviously you're getting a lot of money with the greetings and stuff. And yes, the English voice actors do get paid with the greetings, but it's just, why can't you do a fundraiser for the English VAs? Or I hate to bring up the solution. Cut the Spanish paycheck in half and give half of it to the English VAs, so that way it's fair. Yes, neither of them would be making enough money as the Spanish VAs were, but it would just be fair. And to bring back up the original reason why I'm kind of pissed off about this post, it has nothing about the post in general. It's just the fact that you post about this and not, you know, that. Literally, the only reason we know the English VAs is not getting paid properly or at all is because Logan's VA made a post about it. That is the only reason we know why this is happening, Jared. One of your voice actors literally had to make a post saying that they weren't getting paid. Were you ever going to address this, Jared? Because, like, if we didn't find out, what was going to happen? Were the English VAs just going to carry on, just like, you know, not getting paid? Are the English VAs even getting paid now? Like, the people who voice the fans, are they getting paid? I state again, the only reason we know this is happening, we know the English VAs who do such an amazing job, who make the show besides the writers and the animators, Jared, is because one of the VAs had to literally bring it to our attention. But I'm sorry, I don't mean to get angry. I really don't. But I am losing my Alessio accent as I speak. But it you know what? I'm going to say it. It is disgusting, Jared. Okay? The fact that that's the only reason we know this is happening, and you probably weren't going to address it or bring up the fact. We don't know how long this is going on. We don't know if the VAs were ever paid. This could have been happening in beta for all we know. Now, I'm not saying it is just Jared who is directly not paying the English VAs. I'm not saying that at all, because obviously there's a bigger picture here. But it still really sucks for the English VAs who do such a good job, you know, like, who auditioned to get this role. Maybe it was their dream to be on this Venture Camp ever since they were season 1, and they finally got this role, only to turns out not get paid for it. Exposure is great. Your name in the credits is great. Having a role on your favorite show or a show you hold very close to your heart is great. But you do need a bit of money from it, because how else are you going to make a living? You know? I feel like going into this project, they expect to be paid. I know I keep switching between what I'm saying for this topic, but I just want to bring up again that the fact we only know about this is because a voice actor literally told us it was happening. Like, Jared, I'm not saying you're directly not paying them like I said, but you could have at least addressed it, done something about it, get the fundraising, cut out of your own paycheck at least. Okay, maybe not that. But, like, find some ways. Address it yourself, you know? Because the fact that you didn't address it, the fact that you didn't mention it or say to the fans that, hey, we don't have enough money to pay our English voice actors, is the reason everyone is behind your back with a knife, Jared. You literally addressed it. I have no idea if you had this profile picture before this whole thing started, but this is his profile picture. I think he knows what's going on over here. I think he knows he has a knife in his back currently. I think he knows. Or, in this case, a bunch of knives to his neck. In a bar. While singing, I Have a Dream. This is a Tangled reference, correct? I'm not going crazy. Anyway, this video is like twice of the usual length of like my videos on my main channel, so like, whoopsie, I guess I got a bit carried away. But anyway, I just want to, the whole point of this is, Jared, you have it in your title, CEO of Disventure Camp, CEO of All Nation Cartoons, whatever. You are owning that title. So please live up to it. You are a role model, Jared. I bet that some animators out there, some writers, some voice actors are thinking like, oh, I want to be just like Jared who makes Disventure Camp. I want to make the next Disventure Camp, you know? I bet there's at least a few people out there, because I know I was one of them. I wanted to make the next Disventure Camp. I wanted to be in Disventure Camp. I still kind of want to be in Disventure Camp. Again, this sounds really weird coming from Alessio. Anyway, yes. You have that title. You have millions of people watching your show almost every single day. There are channels out there that have evolved their entire channel around Disventure Camp, mine included, and others I will not name because I don't know if they want their names on here or anything like that. Okay. Anyway, you have something to live up to, Jared, and from experience, I know what it's like. I know what it's like to have a big community that sometimes you can mess around with because you feel like you can. I'm not saying you're having a god complex or a power trip. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying you have communities watching you. You have eyes on you. You're not some guy, Jared. You are the creator of Disventure Camp. Please, live up to that title. Because again, I know from experience what it's like to think like, oh, I have a lot of things I could do. I could say whatever I feel like. Please, you have a lot of subscribers, a lot of followers, and this is the shit you're posting? Saying that every character is going to have a speedo, so the people who are uncomfortable with it will stop watching? And then you call them ridiculous for being uncomfortable by it? This is ridiculous, Jared. This is ridiculous. I know this kind of silly rant got a bit deep here, but in all seriousness, Jared, and this is coming from a fan of yours, a fan of the show who is putting on a very poor Alessio accent. Please, just be responsible with your show, with your title. Be responsible with what you own. Because sooner or later, Jared, people are going to connect all the dots, and they're going to think, Is watching this venture camp really worth supporting this guy for? Okay, rant over. Alessio Castelli out.